This example laid out something like staircases. Staircases are coming out here, and I'm going to cut some wall covering to fit in here around the next electrical outlet. First thing I might want to do is just take this and see if I've got a 90-degree angle. Is it square? Is it level? No, because you can see this is not square up and down here. It's a little off. Also, I've put in some irregularities. These are not exactly perfectly flat or perfectly square, and this should compensate for it. You might think that I'd want to put it down here in this corner to begin with. Line it up on my edge here. But if I did that, my tape wouldn't be able to extend here or here because the stairs would be coming out here. So what I'll do is I'll find a good point. I have extenders on here. Okay. And extend this out. I might just go ahead and go to a point there since I can. That can be one of my points that I don't have to measure. And I'll line this up even here. Just like that. Screw that down. Oops. Screw that down into place. Locking that in. And I'll go up here to this point where I want to go, right up to there. Lock that in. Yeah, looking pretty good. Okay. So I won't go through all of them, but I know this point of my material, and I know that point of the outlet also. So I want to find this point down here, 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 and here, and this point up here. And that'll give me everything I need to know to cut that out. Anyway, pull this out, and we'll make this my first point. Place it right there. I read the tape as 21 3/8 and 162 degrees. Okay. I'll write that down. Go over here and take my next point. And I get 23 5/8 and 202 degrees. But I do it likewise here. Now in the electronic version, this would be my display and calculator, whatever. And it would be in communication with this button here. Electrical communication. So that when I got to this point, I press the button and it would lock into memory the angle and the distance. And I come over here and do the same here. Press the button, click, 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 click. And I don't need that point. I could just take a box if I had this point and just lay it on the material and draw around the box, but since I'm here, I'll go like A, B, click, C, D, click, and I have that point already. And that's all there is to that. It should be all in the memory. For the non-electronic version, I have marked down Buster in place on the material I want to cut. Anyway, I've done this ahead of time. This corresponds to the corner, and just line it up on that edge, and this will point to where the box goes. And you take your other measurements and just pull out the length and the angle. In this case, it was 21 3/8, somewhere, and 162 degrees. Right there. Oops. That corresponds to this point. I do all my other points. In the electronic version, you have a red and green light. The red light could be your length. It could blink as you're pulling it out,
and it could lock on, say, when you get to the right length. Likewise with the green light, when you get to the right angle, it could blink faster and faster and then lock on when you get to the right angle. Also, your display would be showing your angle and length, as well as the angle and length that you're trying to get to for each point. So anyway, I've marked out all these points, and you simply get a straight edge, and you connect the dots, draw your line, do all that up there, and you cut it out. So we'll see how well it worked. And when you put the cut piece in place, you can see it's ready to be fastened to the wall. Did a pretty good job of taking into consideration and compensated for the fact that none of the angles are square, hardly. Anyway, as you can see, it's ready to be fastened.